Well, this trip is bigger than Ben-Hur, better than the Leyland brothers, and we're trekking down under with the Murphys and checking in again. How are you both?
Good.
Very
Yourself?
well. Very well.
And, of course, Ryan and Amy, and they're with their boys Jake, Lucas and Wade. Now, I don't know where to start, because the last time we talked, you were at the Big Red Bash and you had an absolute ball.
Yeah, we were just heading in, and we'd decided instead of just being guests at the Big Red Bash that we ended up volunteering, which is what we mentioned the last one, that we had an opportunity to become volunteers, and we grabbed it, and we absolutely loved the experience. It was early morning shift for me, which I haven't done anything before 8 o'clock for years. So to get up at 5:30 to start work at 6 was different, but the experience and the energy and everything about the Big Red Bash it was just an incredible experience. And Ryan did some great, some short shifts, two shifts.
Yep. What sort of duties did you have, Ryan and Amy?
What sort of what, sorry?
Duties did they give you?
Duties? So
yeah.
Amy did a road marshal. She did 2 road marshal shifts.
Yep.
And then she had one which was a toilet monitor.
Which we called, I called myself the, what was it?
The Dunny Dolly?
Yeah, basically what the Big Red Bash did this year, which was really, really good. You know, you've got 9,000 people going out into the desert, and it's on private property. It's on an organic cattle station. So they have to be very mindful of any chemicals or anything like that. So what they did was this year was the first. They actually got sawdust composting toilets instead of using portaloos. So
fantastic. Yeah, everyone raved about them.
They're not smelly.
They were clean. There was plenty of it was just such a great a great opportunity to sort out the environment, to look after the environment with such a big event. And I think it was a hit, and they're going to do it from
yeah, I think they'll do that now.
Well, it's true, and biosecurity is a big deal on all farms now. That you've got to have all these checks and balances in place, and I reckon the less smelly any toilets can be, the better.
100%.
That's it, yeah.
Especially
definitely.
when you're working to keep them clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what did you do, have to keep loading new sawdust in each time?
No, so you put sawdust, you take a cup of sawdust in when you go in to cover your business. And so all we did was we made sure that the sawdust bags were stocked and that the toilet paper was there, and just make sure, obviously it was a little bit windy, so we just kept them clean from the dust and the sawdust that flies out of your cup and all over the seat, and that was it. But it was great because you just chat to everyone, and the vibe was just incredible.
I hope you videoed some of it, because you could be the next Kenny's, couldn't you?
Funnily enough, they had Kenny on the big screen on the first night there.
We let the boys watch it, forgetting just how...
There was some colourful language, which was great for little kids. They thought it was serious.
But yeah, no, it was a good experience. And Ryan did some electrical
shifts,
so finally put his trade to the good use on his trip.
Yeah. So I done a couple of electrical shifts with setting everything up. So mine was great. I got all of my shifts knocked over before the event even started.
Yeah, they'd have loved having you there.
Yeah,
sure.
It was. I thought it was going to be like a whole big group of electricians, and then turned out there was 2 of us and just 6 other sort of just guys who were there to help. So I think they were quite happy when I rocked in and said, "Oh, I'm a licensed qualified electrician." They went, "Oh, thank you very much."
Right, we're putting you down. Now tell me, so where have you been since Birdsville, the Big Red Bash?
So the big thing, once we left Birdsville, we made a run up to Boulia for the camel races.
Which was an interesting
we left Birdsville and we sort of took our time heading out of there, only because we knew 9,000 people leaving, there was going to be a bit of chaos in the town. So we then headed up via Badiri, and we just missed the camel and pig races there, but then headed up to the Boulia Camel races, and that was incredible. Like
they're from Sydney. I've seen the Rose Hill race course, horse races, and they're huge events, and it was great to see how a small community comes together. And they call the Boulia Camel races the Melbourne Cup of Camel races. So it was such a great experience, and we were there, enjoying it with lots of people and some friends, and I think the highlight was when we were just in the van, just chilling one afternoon, and a lovely couple would come and knock on the door and said, "Are you trekking down under? We heard you on the radio." And so that was Bev and Brian from just outside Griffith, and from a farm there, and it was awesome to have somebody come up and say, "Hey," which is what we encourage. We love people coming to talk to us, so it was a real highlight for us, them coming over to meet us. And we've had some followers that were on our Facebook page as well. one of our followers that have been there from the start. She came and found us too, Lynn O'Brien.
Yep.
And it was just great to have people come, and they knew we were going to be there, so they came and found us, and it was felt like little sister.
Setting the agenda for road trips for everyone, by the sound of things.
That's right.
Oh, that's good. Now, things that have been happening, so you had Boulia, and of course you met up with these people. What's happened since then?
We then headed up to Mount Isa, did the Mary Kathleen Mine outside of Mount Isa, and the big one which was for the kids and us, we finished off the Dinosaur Trail. So we'd done the Age of Dinosaurs and the Lark Quarry and the Dinosaur Stampede. So we finished off the Dinosaur Trail at Richmond and Hughenden. Kids absolutely loved it. We loved it. We've learned so much about, Australia, Australian dinosaurs, fossils, all that sort of stuff. We really got to enjoy that. And then headed across to Charters Towers. And I think we were there for a couple of days. Relaxed in Charters Towers. And the big thing for us was after spending sort of 4.5 months in the Outback, we'd just been dying for some grass and to,
see a beach.
So excited to get to water, get to a beach and just hit Townsville.
And we had a ball.
Yeah. We did, but pretty much we were there for probably 2 days. We were there for Townsville for 4 days, but we pretty much, as soon as we got there, we were like, we just didn't feel that comfortable where, we've never really been coastal people.
Yep.
We're all pasty white. Our kids are pasty white. We get sunburned like a drop of a hat. So going to a beach is sometimes a chore for us. And, we just really want to, I think the inland really suits us. We love the Outback.
Ryan changed our itinerary to bring us back inland.
Yeah, so now we're 100 k's inland from Bowen and just relaxing at a nice little country town called Collinsville. And, they really look after the travellers. 72-hour free camp out here, all amenities.
Although I have to say, when we're in Townsville, we definitely lapped up that we're on the coast, but we were happy for that to be our coastal experience for a little while. We did the Maritime Museum and the Museum of Tropical Queensland because they had a Dinosaur Revolution exhibit there. So we got to go and see another dinosaur exhibit. This one was one from China.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool. And they have night markets, which is something that, I really enjoyed the night markets, and we were hanging out with some friends. And we also, whilst we were there, had another family who recognised us from Facebook and came over and introduced themselves. So it was great to see that we're out and about and helping other families and inspiring other families. And that family actually said to us that the moment we left our trip and we headed straight to the Outback was the reason that they have been following us so closely, because that inspired them, because a lot of families do stick to the coastline. And he thought it was amazing that we came straight to the inland and Outback, and we absolutely love being told that. And we stayed at a mango farm there and ate mangoes, and then we went to a Burdekin cane farm today and saw a cane burn, which was quite incredible for the kids. They've never seen giant fires. We try and keep
and the smell from cane fires. Incredible.
But the mountains are famous for bushfires.
Yeah, different smell.
And it's very different, so we were happy to show them this kind of fire, and it was a great experience. And then, as Ryan said, we've come back in a little bit, and we're just absolutely loving the freedom and the friendliness, and been really great. So that's kind of our trek since we last spoke.
So you're bushies now, aren't you? That's it.
Yep.
And we've got to get more and more people out of the cities, off the coast, inland, I reckon.
That's it.
100%. There's so much history out back, and
Yeah.
I'm writing a blog at the moment just about why you should travel in the Outback, because a lot of people, I think that they just think dirt, no grass, no water, and they just think, oh, well, I can go to the beach, get the water, get the grass, get everything. But there's just those little differences in the Outback that we didn't even know existed.
So much history.
Yeah. And of course I'm speaking with our Trekking Down Under family, the Murphys, Ryan and Amy, and of course they're with Jake and Lucas and Wade. Tell me, how the boys going?
They're doing really well. We just had this morning, we had the two oldest, Jake and Lucas. They had their very first distance education lesson with their new teacher, so they absolutely loved it.
That was done over through a program.
Yeah.
So it's like Skype with their teacher.
Yeah.
A bit like the old school of the air. Yeah,
exactly. So our boys have been doing, in New South Wales, you can do 100 days worth of educational leave. So we basically pulled the boys out of school, and, well, they're still within school, But we headed off on the trip, and we basically got the blessing from the school. School sent us all the schoolwork they wanted us to do while we've been travelling.
Which is an option that we
And,
chose.
yeah, we chose to do that. You could just pull them out and do no education at all, but we figured that, the age they are being, 1 and year 3, they're sort of foundation years. So we wanted to keep building on that. So we've been working with them and their local school. But now that we've sort of, we also switched over because we originally did it that the plan for this trip was only about 9 months. That then grew into 12, 18, and now, there's definitely no end date. We had such great fun at the Big Red Bash this year. We've already now gone and booked that in our calendar for next year.
Wow.
And so we've looked at it and gone, all right, so by this time next year, we still will only have done Eastern Australia, and we still won't have touched any of really anything of South Australia, WA, Northern Territory. So we thought,
that's because we're going to Tasmania.
Yeah, that's
January.
right. So one of the big things for us too, we booked our Tasmania. We've booked Tasmania in mid-Jan.
And I think that's what Lucas's highlight.
Yeah.
Lucas cannot wait to get to Tassie. I think Jake as well. They just keep going on about how Tassie's something for them. So I think they're liking that we're listening and sort of they tell us what they'd like to do, and we're working with them to make sure that this trip is as much for them as it is for us.
Well, they'll want to hang around till they get to university then. You'll have to keep going.
He's already joking about that, but I don't think he realises that we hope it's joking. He's going to be camping with us when he's 26.
Now, you talked about your meeting friends. You've said it a few times in this conversation that you've been meeting a lot of people. Are they friends that you've made or old friends?
All people.
Pretty much, yeah, all families and just older couples, other travels, just travelling people who have basically followed our Facebook page or on our website. We've met at a camp.
We try to organise to do things with them so that, we're getting the kids involved and we're actually hanging out with other families and then that way people can, feel for us when we tell them that Wade's been teething for 3 weeks straight now. And he's just popped his 4th molar through. So hopefully that's the end of the teeth for a while. He's only 18 months and he's only got 4 molars, so I'm hoping that's it because we need some sleep.
And is he still fitting in the bed? Is he still fitting in the bed?
Yes. So we're still happy with that, but Ryan's decided we're going to get a rooftop tent to keep the older boys out every now and then so that we can have
a little bit
space in here.
Great idea.
Yeah, and also on the days that they need their space as well sometimes, and so we thought that could be a good idea. Ryan and I just celebrated our birthday, so Ryan was yesterday and I was last week.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. Our parents have been really generous and sort of our presents this year was in the form of some transferred money, so we're going to put that towards buying the rooftop for the boys. And I think that kind of, it shows that we're invested in this trip, and I think my parents in particular, because they were kind of like, put it to good use. And I said, we're going to, we want this to be our lifestyle. So I think they were really happy to hear that's where the money was going.
Oh, good. And the boys will like having their own room, won't they?
Oh, I think so. That's all they wanted. That's all they keep talking about. Going, we're going to be in here. We can stay up all night. We can read our books. We can do this. We can do that.
And the rooftop tent, that'll go on top of the car, will it?
Yeah, that's right. So we're looking at one that's a fairly new design, and it is quite, it'll fit us all. So that's the big thing. It says it'll fit a family of 4, obviously family of 5 with a little infant. Won't be an issue. But the big reason why we're looking at that one is just purely because as we continue travelling around, when we come back up through to sort of go to the Simpson Desert and things next year, and then Cape York and different parts. We're not going to be taking the caravan with us because we just can't take the van on those tracks.
Yep.
So this type of tent will enable us to use it, on the occasion the boys want some space, but then it's also a benefit that we can all use it as a family when we're away from the van for a week or something while we're travelling really remote.
A good investment. Well, before we go, where are you off to next?
We're heading down. I can't remember the name of the town. It's a little mining town about I think it's about 100 k's south of where we are now in Collinsville, and then we've got to head across to Mackay. We've got to pick up the boys' school packs and things, and
down to Rocky quickly.
Rockhampton a little bit, and then just back inland a bit, and just keep making our way down. We've got
off to Downunder and
yeah,
we're stay with Ryan's brother for a few days while we get the van serviced.
So we're booked in at AOR to get our van to get its regular checkup and get it all good to go so we can keep going on the road.
Terrific. And your sponsor, Bush Ranger?
Yeah, they're going great. They're helping us out with. They looked after us with a new set of side steps that we've just put on the car, and
I claimed them for my birthday.
Birthday present.
We picked them up on my birthday, and I'd always loved them. They were a great stylish thing. So Brian and Louise from Bush Ranger, they helped it make a reality for me, which is really exciting.
Yeah,
terrific.
And we're just in the process of starting to write some blog posts and things like that for them. So one big thing with them is we've just as a kick off working with them is they've helped us out and thrown in a compressor for one of their Bush Ranger Black Max compressors for 4-wheel drive, camping, everything like that. They've thrown in one of those for a giveaway for us. It's worth, I think it's about $250. And to go in the draw for that, you've just got to subscribe to our website and jump on and like our page and Bush Rangers page on Facebook and Instagram.
So how do they subscribe again, Ryan?
So they can just go onto our website. You can click onto our website, and it's got a subscribe button. www.trekkingdownunder.com.au. So that's our website, and they can subscribe through there, and then any on Facebook and Instagram, or just if any of the listeners are on any of those. Just like the page, and we can see that pops up, and they go in the draw to win it, and it's drawn on the end of this month.
And each month we have a monthly draw anyway, so you get sort of a bonus. You're in the draw for both prizes, which I think is good because we're doing a lot more blogging and enjoying it. We want to share with as many people as we can, which is great.
Excellent. Well, thanks again for your time, Ryan and Amy Murphy, and also Jake, Lucas and Wade from Trekking Down Under, and we'll catch you in a few more weeks.
Yeah, we'll probably be back home in a few weeks down with our families and friends from the Blue Mountains, because my mum's birthday, so we're making it back for her 70th.
Excellent.
And so we look forward to sharing the excitement then.
Yeah, excellent. And you're listening to Outback Mornings.